All right. Your boy Trigger Man back in the lab. And today, what we have here, I want to welcome you to another episode of Weekends with Trigger. You dig? So today, we're going to be reviewing a video. This is from a channel called Storkys Adventures. I believe Storky is the name of the van. This young lady named her van Storky. She painted it herself in Rust-Oleum. So a lot of you guys out there, I know you're going to love this. Rust-Oleum nuts and butts. But yeah, so we're going to check it out, man. Today might not be so much as educational, but it may just be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? At least for me it is. Hopefully you guys entertained, but we're gonna run it, man, and just see what we got here. You know, you never know, man. You can always learn something. So let's take it from the top.
Hello everyone, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel, and today I have something very exciting to reveal to you all. If you've watched previous videos, you know I've been talking a lot about painting the van, and guess what? We've finally done it. So let's go inside, have a cup of tea, have a catch up, and I'll fill you in on how we did it. Let's go. Okay, so I've got my tea. Actually gone for a herbal tea today for a change. But anyway, welcome back guys, and welcome to anyone new here. My name's Lana, and this is my van Storky. And today's video is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, her name is Lana. The van's name is Storky. So that's what we're doing, okay? Hi Lana. I'm Trigger, okay?
Different to my usual videos. It's more of a how-to, or how we, I guess you could say, how we did it, because that's my disclaimer there. This isn't necessarily how you should paint the van, but it's how we did it, from, you know, researching on Facebook groups, through YouTube. Or I will say there's not many YouTube videos, that's why we've made one. And yeah, nonetheless, happy with how it's turned out. So I thought I'd show you guys. Had a lot of questions on Instagram, so I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to show you how we prepped it, the materials we used, any problems that occurred, and most of all the results. So keep watching guys. So here's what the van looked like beforehand. It was a grey and white two-tone. It was quite rusty. The paint had come away in some places, some rusty wheel art.
Man, look at the gaps. Did y'all see the gaps on that van? Sheesh.
Cheers. It's actually a lot worse than what you guys probably seen on the channel. So the materials we used for the paint, we used the Rust-Oleum combi colour. For the rollers, it was 2 fussy plate rollers, some sanding paper from Halfords, some filler for the wheel arches from Halfords, white spirit to mix with the paintbrush of course.
Hey man, I gotta make sure my girl don't come in here, man, and think I'm doing some old creepy stuff.
And some masking tape and some sheets, which was actually a huge mistake. You'll find out why soon. And then a lint-free mitt just to wipe down any dust before painting. So we start off with the prep, which was actually the biggest job. So this took an entire day. So we filled in any cracks, any imperfections in the bodywork. And there's me having no idea what I'm actually doing. So I believe there I have a 2.
This dude,
there was a lot more than I actually realised, so that took a fair bit of time.
That dude,
got into any of the grooves, and then came to realise just
must be her brother.
Just how many stickers were on this fan, so that took a fair bit of time. So I had to strip them back. I used a bit of white spirit, hot water, my fingernails, scrapers. It really was an effort, but we got there. And then I had to sand down any of the residue that was stuck from the adhesive. So I used about a 300-400 grit on that one, because you don't want to use a grit that's too strong to scratch the van, but you also need something strong enough that's gonna take down the residue. So onto the wheel arches, we actually had to cut the rust out and fill them in and remold them back into shape. So here we're just sanding it down into shape and then sanding down.
Now that's an interesting method there. It looks like a hammer drill. Yeah. Hammer drill, sand and bundle. Filler, sorry. Let me know, you guys out there use a hammer drill to do this, and you know, might be something I'm just
down any of the filler used on the bodywork itself. into any of the cracks. And then I gracefully hurdle onto the roof of the van, looking very unsteady up there, but it had to be done. I had to sand that roof down. It was awful. There was so much rust, so much just...
Now, lots of rust. See the little rust holes that she's addressing? Lots of rust holes. Man, she's taking care of Storky though. She's getting Storky.
I don't even know what. It was just a state up there. It's been very neglected, let's put it that way. So just sanding down all the last bits, going over it one final time, removing any of the sticker residue, any bumps, any imperfections, and just making sure it's ready for that paint, because you know this is key. It has to be smooth so the paint goes on nicely and adheres nicely to the bodywork. So after we'd done that, we headed down to the car wash to remove any dust and any oils that might be sitting on the van, because again, you really need a good base for that paint. And then it was on to the masking tape and putting down the covers. Unbeknownst to us, this was actually going to be the hardest job at the end, but you'll soon see that. So we covered all the areas we didn't want any paint being splashed on or any runs, so we just made sure that was all covered. Probably could have made a bit more effort than using a bin bag, but there we go, that's just how we roll. So that's the prep almost finished. I'm just going over the bodywork with like a lint-free mitt just to remove any dust and any dirt that might have got onto the bodywork, just so it goes on very nicely. And then the fun part begins, the painting. So for the mix, it's a recommended 4:1 ratio to the Rust-Oleum paint to white spirit. I didn't measure it exact, I just kind of estimated and played around with it, added a bit more here and there just to get that right consistency. You don't want it too thick, nor do you want it too watery. Definitely too watery in that shot, but it's fine, it thickens up over time, and then you can add a bit more white spirit. Oh, and there's me not knowing how to use a roller. That's just a great start, isn't it? Looks like I got there in the end. Oh, maybe not. I promise I will get there in the end. Ah, there you go. So we set off to a good start. It's just a case of moving quick, not pressing too hard with a roller. In hindsight, we should have definitely started on the roof. It just means you can work your way down if you get any drips. But we didn't. We started on the side. So keep watching and you'll soon find out.
Now, Lana, you could have put that in some kind of spray gun. Matter of fact, I'm going to tag her and tell her about the Hachika. The Hachika 1, 2, 3. She would have been done with this van in 5 minutes. Entire van with the Hachika, 5 minutes. No lie.
What it turned out like.
Hello.
Hello.
You won't believe this. We've woken up to rain. We've woken up to rain on the van. Look at all these streaks. So yesterday it was like a 5% chance of rain. So we took our chance. You know, like a 5% is so small. I just did not think it would rain. So we've been left, I'll show you in a minute, but we've been left with like, you know, little rain marks and streaks down the van, which I think is okay because it needs another at least 2 more coats. So I'm kind of just looking at this as like the base primer coat. The forecast today is meant to be sunny, but it's still really cloudy, so we're like, do we just wait and just leave it here until it's 100% sun? I just don't think that's going to happen though, do you? But yeah, it's all fun and games. It always is. But I'll show you what I mean. So where it's rained, you can see the marks it's left. And also, I don't know if that's just a shadow actually, but where we've rolled it, it's like patchy. I guess kind of, it's just not been rolled that evenly. See, we were getting a bit late last night as well. We were working a bit late rather last night, so it was getting dark. But yeah, actually I can see that in the screen where it's lighter there and darker. It's fun.
It almost looks like she'll have to sand that stuff back down. Not sand it down, but like scuff it even. At least that's what I would do. I never sprayed with Rust-Oleum paint before. And, well, I've never sprayed vehicles with it. I've sprayed like furniture stuff or little pieces. But I think it's gummy. Like that stuff there. If it's not cured, if it's not sat long enough, like it's real gummy. But I think so.
Fine. We'll sort it. It's all okay. We're going to fix this. There's always a solution. I always look on the bright side. It's going to be fine. It's going to be just fine. Okay, it's all okay. Tom's going to sand it all down just very lightly, just to take off any rough bumps and imperfections that have appeared overnight. Just give it a nice smooth surface.
Man, that sucks. But we all have been there. I mean, probably not you guys that are painting in the $1 million spray booths and the big dealerships, fancy stuff, but if you've sprayed outside, you've been here.
I don't know why I stood here sounding like I know what I'm talking about, but I think it's going to be okay. Smooth it out. And honestly, I don't think this is our doing. This is definitely the rain. You can see the streak. So, fingers crossed it doesn't rain tonight or today. We should have a nice finish tomorrow. I think we're going to do one coat today and then do another coat tomorrow if it's sunny again, or maybe Tuesday, whenever it's sunny. It definitely needs 3 coats, I'd say. Okay, so I've just mixed up some more paint with white spirit, and it's like a 4:1 ratio with the white spirit. Yesterday when we first did it, it seemed really quite watery. So we've just been playing around with it just to get what feels like the right consistency, because obviously you don't want it too thick when you're building up the layers. So yeah, I think that's about right. We'll soon find out.
Rust-Oleum.
So we are on day 3 of the painting project, and you know, I'm actually quite happy with how it's turned out so far. On the first coat we were a bit like, oh god, what have we done? Second coat has dried a bit more evenly. The only thing is we did get a bit of fluff in the paintwork, in the actual mix itself, or maybe off the rollers. So what I'm going to do is just sand it down really.
A bit of fluff. For you Rust-Oleum guys, let us know in the comments, what is fluff? I don't know.
Really lightly. There's not too much, there's only a few little patches. So what we're going to do is just quickly sand it with a really light, I think it's like 1200 grit, and just slightly sand over it and then do the final layer. Really excited. The sun's shining, so you know, hopefully there'll be no rain this time. I'm going to start on the shadiest side because it's boiling on the other side. I don't think it's a great idea to paint on a really hot surface. So anyway, I'm going to crack on. So where there's like bits of fluff, you can see in the camera, like
fluff.
Here. And also like there. I think I'll just lightly sand it down. Okay. But no, she is looking stunning.
Stunning. Yes, she is looking stunning.
What we also need to do today is the inside of the door frames.
Oh, they're doing the door jams. She call them the door frames. Cute. So you can tell they do house. They probably do a lot of house painting and stuff. Her and her cousin.
Okay, so that is the third and final coat done. Fingers crossed it dries like a dream. So to finish off, I'm going to do all these like door frames. I think I'm going to have to use a brush, paintbrush. I might try and use the roller, but obviously it's a very small area. We'll see. Let's give it a go. So it's all these little bits here that I need to paint now. Because it's going to be really hard to do it with a roller. So I'm going to have to do it with brush. Very prepared as always. I've not like worn anything to cover up my hands this whole time, but it's just the way we roll. I just don't. Oh, actually, that's alright. That's okay. I'm going to try the roller. I think it's okay.
No.
Yeah, the roller is good. It's working.
What do I know? What does Trigger know? Trigger man! What do I know? Trigger man! Talk is stupid, man.
Right, so there we have it. A brand new Storky. A lovely grey, graphite grey, whatever colour it is.
Yeah, that looks good.
Oh, so happy with it. I'm just glad we just took our chance and went for it.
And we are happy for you. Over at Triggerland, me and all of my subscribers, Lana, we are so happy for you and Storky, okay?
Like I said, I've been talking about painting this van for months and months. It has been the weather partly. Anyone in the UK will know it's literally rained for months on end. So we had that stint, so we went for it. And oh, it's just amazing. So I will put everything in the description of all the materials we used and the colour of the paint if anybody's interested in using the same one. But I think, well, from what I've added up in total, I think this whole project has cost us about £130. So that is a huge saving if you were to get this done professionally. And
£130. Can someone translate that, convert that in the comment section to US? Wait, £130. Alexa, what is £130 converted to USD?
£130 is about 172 US dollars and 70 cents.
Okay, 170 bucks. Okay, so there you go. If you like the way the van looks, hey, it might be something for you.
I'm not gonna. It would obviously look a lot better professional, but it looks great. It looks so much better than it did before. I am so happy with it.
It does.
So unless you can afford a professional spray, I would recommend doing this if you've got an older vehicle you don't mind having a bit of creative fun with. Then do it 100%. Anyone that's been asking me, I just say do it. If I can do it and Tom can do it, then anyone can. So there we have it. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Let me know if there's anything you think we should have done different in the prep, in the painting. I'll be interested to know. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon.
Mwah. Okay, fellas. Well, I will leave a link to this video as well as her channel in the description in case any of you guys want to go over and check it out. Or check it out, and you know, best Ibiza vibes and magical sunsets. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go over and check it out too. So, but yeah, again, you know, nothing super educating on this one, but maybe some little tips or whatever. You know, she said she's gonna leave the color in the description. The color looks good on that van, so you know, just some entertainment. Weekends with Trigger. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.